Stop. Before you skip this video, what I'm about to show you will change how you see every rejection, every failure, every moment you wanted to give up. But first, let me tell you about the man who failed 12,000 times and why his biggest failure saved his life. His name was Thomas Edison. But before you roll your eyes and think you know this story, you don't. Everyone knows he failed 10,000 times before inventing the light bulb. But that wasn't the failure that almost destroyed him. December 10th, 1914. Edison was 67 years old. His entire life's work gone. Decades of research, inventions, dreams reduced to ash in a single night. $2 million worth of equipment, prototypes, irreplaceable research, all burning. And there he was, standing in the middle of the ruins, watching everything burn. His son Charles found him there. And what Edison said next is the reason I'm making this video. Charles ran up to his father, panicking. The insurance wouldn't cover everything. They were financially ruined. Edison's empire, decades of genius, was crashing down. And you know what Edison said? Go get your mother and all her friends. They'll never see a fire like this again. His son just froze. He thought his father had finally lost his mind. Everything Edison had ever built was burning to the ground. His lab, his inventions, his dreams. And yet, he wanted to invite people to watch. But then Edison said something that would stay with Charles forever. All my mistakes are burning up. Thank God, we can start fresh tomorrow morning. That fire didn't just destroy Edison's legacy. It burned away the weight of his past and gave him the one thing most people never find: a clean slate. But here's what the history books never tell you about that night. 50 years later, Edison's family found his private journal, and what they read made them weep, because Edison had written something that night that changes everything you think you know about failure. December 10th, 1914. Tonight I learned the difference between losing everything and being set free. But that wasn't all. He kept writing, and what came next will give you chills. I have never failed at anything in my life. I have only discovered 12,000 ways to become who I was meant to be. And tonight, watching my past burn away, I finally understand what failure really is. That wasn't the voice of a broken man. That was a man reborn. The very next morning, Edison was back in the ashes, sketching. 3 weeks later, he invented the phonograph improvement that made him millions. But that wasn't the miracle. The miracle was what he finally discovered about why we actually fail. You see, Edison realized something that will change your life forever. We don't fail because we are not good enough. We don't fail because we're unlucky. We don't fail because life is unfair. We fail because life is asking us a question. The same question it asked Edison when his factory burned down. The same question it's asking you right now as you watch this. How badly do you want to become who you were meant to be? Every rejection, every setback, every moment you want to quit. It's life whispering, I have something incredible planned for you. But first, prove you won't abandon yourself. And now, here's the part that will change everything. Edison didn't just lose his factory that night. He lost his fear of losing everything. And in that moment, he became unstoppable because he finally understood what every person who ever changed the world eventually learns. Your failures aren't punishments. They're not signs you should quit. They're not proof you're not good enough. They're life's way of burning away everything that isn't really you, so you can finally become who you were always meant to be. Every person who ever achieved something extraordinary had a moment when everything burned down. And they all made the same choice Edison made that night. They chose to see the fire as freedom. So I'll ask you the same question Edison asked himself in the ashes of his dreams. Who will you become when everything you thought you needed to be successful is gone? Because your answer to that question is your destiny. The fire is not your enemy, it's your invitation to become unstoppable. What will you rise from?